East Hartford, Connecticut, home to the UCONN Huskies, where basketball has a championship pedigree, and there's plenty of enthusiasm for football as well. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Florida International Panthers, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the UCONN Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. UConn will deliver the opening kickoff.
Yep, baby, we're ranked again. Now I don't have to be so salty about that loss I took.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Panthers offense takes the field for the first time today. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defense.
Oh dang, my stadium pulse has gone up too.
What can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
Of course, they're fucking hurry up offense.
Get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long
whack.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake.
Sacked.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and they can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
They'll go to the ground. Nice move to pick up yardage. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he drops to throw.
Got him.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Huskies offense will have its first possession of the game. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
Man, those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Huskies are on the move. Leaves it with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Got it in the middle. It's Hansen. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. UConn is now threatening in the red zone. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the 3rd down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game this guy's going to have.
He looks that one in nicely, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll try the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Huskies. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Florida International offense is back on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Tackle is made after the first down. FIU pushing tempo. Off-play action on first down. He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play.
And that's now their 3rd sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front 7. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want, because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And the returner is stopped. UConn going back to work on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. They're working that left side. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. One man in the backfield, and he gets it.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Makes the catch. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Going up top on first down.
Oof.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The run to the left. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's complete to the left. Touchdown, UConn! What a catch and run for 6.
Quarterback flexibility to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. ULM is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Warhawks have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to South Alabama. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. FIU pushing tempo.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They get him down, but it's past the sticks, and it's a 1st down for FIU. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop. Out of the gun, the inside give. An attitude run as he's dragged down after a pickup of 6 down to the 14. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's Jenkins. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida International.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The UConn offense goes back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Fuck.
And the defense got it. Touchdown, FIU. The defense with the scoop and score. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UConn going back to work on offense. To the air on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Bell. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw in the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He's going to run it, and they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Snagged in the middle. It's Hansen. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. This UConn offense really has it going. Give to the running back. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Second down coming up. Running back searching for a hole. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Working that left side now. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. UConn will have to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line.
No.
And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. The give to the tailback. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Panthers will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Never gives anyone a clean shot at him. He's down to the 34. And the Panthers want to pick up the tempo. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? They'll throw it on first down. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The UConn offense goes back to work. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
Can't run the damn
just
ball.
Trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Dialing up the second down pass play. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Makes the grab on the left. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense.
Wow, my offensive line is just getting manhandled.
And what better way than converting on 3rd down? Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He finds his man. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Finds his tight end. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the 1st, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. UConn will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that supplement going.
To the air, it's Jenkins. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. FIU will line up to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. UConn going back to work on offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few 1st downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Finds the tight end. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Using his legs, it's Edwards. What a tough-minded, hard-edged run. He gets it to the 24. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run play action, trying to get to him.
Touchdown.
Makes the catch, and he will score. Touchdown, UConn. Boy, these offenses are just making it look easy.
Defense optional in college football nowadays. So many weapons, so much speed on the field, so hard to defend. Defense, I don't know how you play it. I really don't. Just try to get a stop, beg for one, please.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished things up with a dart from 24 yards out. On the run from inside his own 5. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. The Panthers will hustle to the line. The give from the gun. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. FIU will line up to punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. And this punt will be down just on the other side of midfield. A first down for the offense. He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
How about the defensive end understanding football? Understanding that I got to keep outside contain. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete to be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got out of trouble and throws. Got it in the middle. It's Edwards. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. UConn will have to punt it away. The Florida International offense is back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
On the ground with the counter. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And boy, was that pressure in his face immediately. Down he goes.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get hit.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. FIU will line up to punt.
KMP, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you stopping by.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Line gets set, first down. He'll start this drive firing. Pulls it in, it's Bell. Great move there. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Offense working from the pistol. They'll leave it with the lone back. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Looking for a crease. It's Edwards. Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Quarterback will audible. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it.
Damn it.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. It is good. And now they regain the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Ooh, that's not
Guys,
good.
a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Missouri is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before.
Made the field goal shanked the kickoff.
It's a touchdown
Wow.
game. They're trailing by 7 to Louisiana. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback on the keeper. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Back to throw, it's Jenkins. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the pass. Defense.
I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. Looking to move it through the air. He's got it and still on his feet. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. He's looking to throw. Got it.
Well, that was pretty easy for the quarterback, right? You just need a few yards to pick up that 1st, so you find the tight end, put it on his body, let him go do the work, and you keep the drive alive.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Panthers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The UConn offense goes back to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Unloads to the right. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last game.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Scrambling away. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Takes a handoff. It's Edwards. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. One more snap coming before halftime. Going for it all. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, a first half that saw a little bit of everything there in East Hartford. And the story of the half has been that elite corner. We were told he was tough to throw against. He's basically taken away an entire side of the field when he's out there, causing turnovers and getting physical. How often do we say that about lockdown guys? And how this offense schemes against him in this second half will be fun to watch.
FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UConn going back to work on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Reels it in down the left side. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. You want to talk about light on your feet. Man, can he get through there. He's down to the 37. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Huskies are flying down the field. Leaves it with the running back. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Huskies! And that one will give them the lead.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work.
Man, what a game.
That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts on the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. Lost one deep down the right side.
Shit.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Florida International. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
The UConn offense goes back to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had...
Gonna let it fly. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Zings it complete to the right. At the 45, on its way. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Single back formation, and they give it to him. And maybe they want to try somewhere else, because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
UConn comes to the line after getting another 1st down. They're trying to get to it.
Shit.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. Starting to feel a little pressure. He makes the connection. Stumbled to the ground. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Right down the boulevard. It's good. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the 1st down. And the Panthers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Movement here from the tight end. Off the play fake on 1st down. And they got him for the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
From the gun, give on the inside. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Dropping back, it's Jenkins. He's got the back in the middle. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. FIU will line up to punt. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. A high high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. UConn going back to work on offense. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, John.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on it.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Takes it the other way. The 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, FIU. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. And the returner will be brought down. The UConn offense goes back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Use the play fake, now to throw. Whips it out in the flat. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved, out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him, throwing.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the
What?
punt.
I got
So
that.
well done.
You kidding me right
They
now?
thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. 1st down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
All right, I know we're winning, and that's great. But at some point, we got to stop getting our quarterback killed. Like, we got to protect the most important player on the field. Please?
Leaves it with the back. He breaks a tackle.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Wants to throw. It's Jenkins. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. FIU will line up the punt. Bring it out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. First play of the drive comes from the 41. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Fires to the big fella. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Edwards. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw.
Dude.
Picked off. Got some room to run. The 30. And they capitalize not
Come
only
on.
on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. They'll give it to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Panthers want to crank the tempo. trying play action. Pulls it in. It's McNeil. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. They're bringing heat. And he just throws it away
that was
on
ridiculous.
3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. He's looking to throw it. He's going up top. Pulls it in on the left. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Pressure coming. He caught it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. With the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies. Now they'll try to get the 2 and make it a 3-point game late. From the gun. He's got the tight end. He gets it in for the 2-point conversion, and now they trail by only 3. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Florida International offense is back on the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. There's a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. On the run, it's Lawrence. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. FIU pushing tempo. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
And they couldn't get it out of their own end, and the ball will come to rest at the 45-yard line. UConn going back to work on offense. Here's the handoff. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
That's It's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Gets it out fast. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Ready to fire from the pistol. They go to the ground. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Bell. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a fourth-quarter lead. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. Trying to power it in. Touchdown, Huskies! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Line getting set on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. This time it's complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. FIU pushing tempo. They'll try to power their way ahead. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Breaks the tackle. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. And now on second down for this offense. The carry going off right tackle here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Got it set up on the outside.
Nice job by the defense there on third and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up fourth.
This punt will be down just inside the 40-yard line. The UConn offense goes back to work. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. The give out of the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. The defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
Give to the single back. able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
On the ground, it's Edwards. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work?
This UConn offense really has it going. The give to the back. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Makes the catch. It's Hansen. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On the ground, it's Edwards. Nice move to keep moving. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Turning to the running game on first and goal. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
Well, 2 things you're thinking about here offensively is, 1, you want to take as much time off the clock. But 2, you really want to score another touchdown to make this a 2-possession game. You could almost ice it if you can find a way to get in the end zone here. Just take your time. Don't snap it too quickly.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. A huge chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. Wait just a second. There is a flag on the play. If this is on the defense, it could be a first down. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the offense will take that gift, set up right on the... And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UConn. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
You know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Missouri is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 18 to Louisiana.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip.
Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. He's taking a deep shot. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. So after hitting bankrupt, spinning that wheel of fortune, now this offense can tack a little more onto the lead. They have it first and goal. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. On second and goal, they go right back to it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've been outstanding on third down all day long, and they could use one here on... And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, UConn! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result...
Looking deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. FIU will line up to punt. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, you know, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to Houston, Texas, and the home of the Rice Owls, where we are anticipating a full house of fans who give a hoot. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the UCONN Huskies, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Rice Owls. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. UConn will deliver the opening kickoff, and we'll get this game going. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Rice Owls offense will take the first swing of the game. And not only is this guy the energy and the engine of the offense, there's a certain charisma that he has that sort of elevates everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Reese. Just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing in him to lead this offense down the field towards scoring points. This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
Comes out throwing on first down. Feeling some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After misfiring, it's second down. Scanning the field, it's Warner. Gets it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Owls come to the line in the hurry-up. They're going to throw it again. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs. We got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite them.
On the return, it's Bell. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So UConn's offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They're working that left side. Turns it on in midfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
The running back has it. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They make the tackle, but they'll move the chains, and it's a first down for UConn.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. UConn comes to the line with a first and goal.
And this offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physicality here early. Let's see if they can keep that up.
They'll try to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And here's the return. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter up there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Dropping back, it's Warner. Quickly to the tight end. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22. Rice rushes to the line.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and he add the answer to the test right there.
On second down, wants to throw. Got his man down the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long, ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. UConn going back to work on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Here on second and short. Now the play fake. Dances away. On target to the left. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
They get him on the ground with this running game imposing its will. 6-yard gain down to the 17. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and 4. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick get to the first down mark.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. Grab behind the line. It's Edwards. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. Third and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Looking for space, it's Alexander. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Rice rushes to the line. From the gun to give, looking for room. Gets him away from trouble. That's a pickup of 6. Mark it at the 10. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. Third and short from inside the 20. Looking downfield, it's Warner. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He gets it away from his own end zone. Running it back, it's Bell. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The UConn offense goes back to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Quick handoff. Makes a man miss. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They make the tackle, but UConn has enough for the first down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Fires to the wideout. Almost had the completion, just missed it. After the misconnection, it's second down. To the ground with the back. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered at.
Coming after it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The Owls are in the hurry-up. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And this offense is searching, man. They're trying to find something. Last week, they did nothing. They got nothing going, looked really, really poor. This week, starting a little sluggish. They got to find something they can hang their hat on and something they can build off of for this offense.
Right on target this time. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Back to pass, it's Warner. He's got his man. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Here they come on 2nd and 10 from the 47 after the incompletion. Throws to the wideout. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Tips, deflections, those are such good things for defense. A lot of times they lead to interceptions and big plays. Just try to get any kind of disruption you can.
Unloads to the wideout. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll bring it back. It's Bell. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. UConn going back to work on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. That's the end of the period, and UConn has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Edwards. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
It's complete to the left. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down. The Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the lone running back. No, what a move! What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. He now has 91 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. With the catch, it's Bell. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll run it to the right side. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. That, his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth goal. He lofts one down the sideline. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Back to throw, it's Warner. Fires to the wideout. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He gets a block. There he goes. Open it up. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. That return man thinking, guys, do not mess this up. I put it on the doorstep for you. It's 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 3rd and goal, where the fire purifies and separates contenders and pretenders. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit, and if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. Looking for a man. It's Warner. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there. It's now a fresh set of downs.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Quick strike complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. On the return, it's Bell. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The UConn offense goes back to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires to the tight end. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. No reason reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He'll do it himself. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And the Huskies have this offense rolling.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Well, I think the ball just got on the receiver so quickly. He took his time working his route, and by the time he got his head around, the ball was already there, and he just wasn't able to stab it.
Power football with the run. The quick feet, the acceleration, the vision, and he works his way to the 44. He's now up to 104 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. On the move to his left. He'll get rid of it. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. UConn will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to that.
Grabbed on the outside, it's Harrell. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the ball is picked off. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Huskies! Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these 2 teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
27, Rice, 0.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
The give to the single back. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. But starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Pulls and fires complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll go to work on 2nd down after doing damage on the ground. On the move, it's Alexander. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Quick pass on the jet motion. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Rice will try to move the chains on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on fourth down. Offense getting set for first down. He leaves it with the back. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Hansen. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on third down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a third down like that, that is just a gut punch.
Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Edwards. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
This is a third and long. They'll go to the ground. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. UConn will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Leaves it with the back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Back to throw, it's Warner. Looking for a huge play. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, fellows, the end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Houston. And the story of the half has been that elite corner. We were told he was tough to throw against. He's basically taken away an entire side of the field when he's out there. causing turnovers and getting physical. How often do we say that about lockdown guys? And how this offense schemes against him in this second half will be fun to watch. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside historic Rice Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Rice ready to kick off and get things started here in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UConn going back to work on offense. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that is beautiful execution by the defense. What do I do with that option? String him along. Don't let him make a quick decision. Don't let it be obvious. Did a good job slow playing it, stretching it out. Everybody being able to run to the football, use the sideline as a defender. Nice job by the defense.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
He'll keep it himself. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And such an advantage when you got a quarterback that you can design the run game through. Like, it makes it so difficult because instead of handing it off back in the day, Palmer, like you used to do all the time,
he lobs one high down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15. Touchdown, UConn. And the route is on. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Rice, 0.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Snares it outside, it's false.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
They'll try the run. On the move is the 30. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll run this play from the pistol. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Right down the gut of the field. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Owls.
It's so challenging to stop the middle of the field passes deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you could tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on same page, gets the big touchdown.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The UConn offense goes back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack.
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
As a defender, you love big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
A great spot to start this drive for the offense. Handoff to the single running back. They make the stop, and they give up 5 yards on the run. It's down to the 11. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To throw, it's Warner. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Field goal is good.
Well, sudden change situation. Got to give this defense credit. Their offense just turned it over. They held tight. They didn't allow a touchdown. They forced their opponent to take a field goal. Nice job.
On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. UConn going back to work on offense. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. Handoff to the lone back.
He's brought down at the 38.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Quickly complete.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Dropping back, it's Warner. Pocket starts to collapse. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit.
On to kick it away.
Looking for a block. It's Bell. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The UConn offense goes back to work. Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
Listen, a lot of time tips and deflections are because you got great eyes and vision on the quarterback. You see him release the football, you break on it, you tip that thing, and make sure the receiver can't get it.
He's right on target. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. UConn will have to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Here comes the offense on first down. He'll do it himself. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Well, he chews up yards. That was really quick, really decisive. Design quarterback runs are very difficult to stop, and you could tell he's got some ability to make big plays. And thank goodness they got him on the ground and there wasn't a bigger play than it could have been.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front, climbing in the second level, and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. To the air, it's Warner. Gets it out quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
Got it looking for a first. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this run game.
They'll throw it on first down. Using the quick game. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Using his legs, it's Alexander. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Let's it fly. And he's got it. Touchdown, Owls. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. They'll line up to go for 2. Looking to throw, it's Warner. Trying to get to it. And the defense gets to him and snuffs out the 2, and they will draw no closer here. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UConn going back to work on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Got his man on the outside. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. First down to start the drive after the break. Going to the ground. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped. Yard line.
Second down coming up.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. On the run, it's Edwards. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. The run to the right. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. UConn will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. They're trying to get to it. That's caught. It's Alexander. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And the Owls want to move quickly.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. He wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Falk. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Looking to pass. It's Warner. Got a man. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll go with a direct snap. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Barrels ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Rice.
Now, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. He picks it up. That's a live ball. And that's why, as a defense, you want to keep everything in front, make them run another play. Maybe they'll make a mistake, and they did.
Yeah, you're right, Reese. You got to stop the bleeding. You just got to get hats to the football. And this is a defense right now that's flying around, and they're
and now the hit knocks it loose. Almost a disaster on that return. They jump on it, and they'll maintain possession. The UConn offense goes back to work. Running back searching for a hole. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
That's a big stop for the defense. That running back has had so much success. You're down in the football game. You need to get the ball back to your offense. You create a play like this. This will get the fires going, get the juices going.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front. UConn
will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Takes it on the return. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Rice rushes to the line. The play action fake. Shoots it to the left. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. UConn going back to work on offense. They've hit a bit of a lull here, and they need to get things cranked up with this possession, Jesse.
Just haven't had a rhythm these last couple of possessions, but I'll tell you, the best way to get back into one is to run the football. Establish yourselves up front at the line of scrimmage and help keep these 3rd downs manageable.
Now, and the best news is your defense at least forced a punt of their own. So now you can go answer.
He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 30. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UConn! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Rice rushes to the line. It's a draw.
The running back carry
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the pass hits, picked off. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Using his feet to buy time. Makes the grab. It's Porter. Tackled after picking up the first down. UConn is now threatening in the red zone. They want that clock to run. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
This guy's been running hard all game long. In the fourth quarter now with that last run, he's now at 99 yards rushing. One more carry away from potentially reaching that 100-yard milestone that all running backs covet.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on third down? And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. What a disappointment. No good. An opportunity to really build this lead goes by the boards, but it's still a 19-point game. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Got it behind the line. It's Alexander. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work, now facing 2nd and long from the 19. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Harrell. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Looking downfield, it's Warner. Completes it in the middle. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. The Owls getting set on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Finds his back in the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the light. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Rice rushes to the line. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
It's now 3rd down.
They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. This offense has failed on its previous 2 4th down attempts, but they need to keep this drive alive. Throws toward the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
The number 1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, They're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation